deep in the jungle. In an undisclosed location. Dread Comics is proud to present the 1943 movie serial, The Phantom. The Phantom is an American adventure comic strip, first published by Lee Falk in February 1936. The main character, the Phantom, is a fictional costumed crime fighter who operates from the fictional African country of Bengala. The character has been adapted for television, film and video games. The series began with a daily newspaper strip on February 17, 1936, followed by a color Sunday strip on May 28, 1939. Both are still running as of 2020. In 1966, King Features stated that The Phantom was being published in 583 newspapers worldwide. At its peak, the strip was read by over 100 million people daily. Falk worked on The Phantom until his death in 1999. Since his death, the comic strip has been written by Tony DePaul. Since 2016, it has been drawn by Mike Manley, Monday to Saturday, and, since 2017, Jeff Weigel, Sunday. Previous artists on the newspaper strip include Ray Moore, Wilson McCoy, Bill Ligmant, Cy Berry, George Allison, Keith Williams, Fred Fredericks, Graham Nolan, Eduardo Barreto, Paul Ryan, and Terry Beatty. In the strip, the Phantom was 21st in a line of crime fighters which began in 1536, when the father of British sailor Christopher Walker was killed during a pirate attack. Swearing an oath on the skull of his father's murderer to fight evil, Christopher began a legacy of the Phantom which would pass from father to son. Nicknames for the Phantom include the Ghost Who Walks, Guardian of the Eastern Dark and the Man Who Cannot Die. Unlike many other superheroes, the Phantom has no superpowers. He totally relies on his strength, intelligence and the myth of his immortality to take action against the forces of evil. The 21st Phantom is married to Diana Palmer. They met while he studied in the United States and they had 2 children, Kit and Hello Eyes. He has a trained wolf named Devil and a horse named Hero, and like the 20 previous Phantoms he lives in the ancient Skull Cave. The Phantom was the first fictional hero to wear the skin-tight costume which has become a hallmark of comic book superheroes, and was the first shown in a mask with no visible pupils, another superhero standard. Comics historian Peter Coogan has described the Phantom as a transitional figure, since the Phantom has some of the characteristics of pulp magazine heroes such as the Shadow and the Spider and earlier jungle heroes such as Tarzan, as well as anticipating the features of comic book heroes such as Superman, Batman, and Captain America. After the success of Mandrake the Magician, King Features Syndicate tasked Falk to develop a new feature. His first effort was to write and draw a strip about King Arthur and his knights. When King Features rejected the strip, Falk developed the Phantom, a mysterious, costumed crime fighter. He planned the first few months of the story, and drew the first 2 weeks as a sample. Fascinated by myths and legends, such as King Arthur and El Cid, and the modern fictional characters Zorro, Tarzan and the Jungle Book's Mowgli, Falk envisioned the character as wealthy playboy Jimmy Wells by day and the crime-fighting Phantom by night. During his first story, The Singh Brotherhood, before disclosing that Wells was the Phantom, Falk changed the setting to a jungle and made the Phantom an apparently mortal, mythic figure. Thinking that there were already too many characters called the Phantom, including the Phantom Detective and find a name he liked better and decided to stay with the Phantom. In the A&E American cable TV documentary The Phantom, comic strip Crusader 12, Falk explained that Greek busts inspired him to knit the Phantom's pupils when the character was wearing his mask. He incorrectly believed that ancient Greek busts had no pupils, they were painted on originally and faded with time, which he said gave them an inhuman, awe-inspiring appearance. 9. In an interview for Comic Book Marketplace, Falk said the Phantom's skin-tight costume was inspired by Robin Hood, who wore tights in films and on stage. Falk was a Shakespeare enthusiast and the comic included several references to Shakespeare. These include the third Phantom playing Juliet in the original premiere of Romeo and Juliet, as well as marrying Shakespeare's niece. The Phantom began as a daily strip on February 17, 1936 with the Singh Brotherhood, written by Falk and drawn by him for 2 weeks and then by Ray Moore, assistant to artist Phil Davis on Mandrake the Magician. That year, The Phantom was serialized in the Australian Woman's Mirror. A Sunday Phantom strip was added on May 28, 1939. During World War II, Falk joined the Office of War Information, where he became chief of the Radio Foreign Language Division. Moore also served during the war and left the strip to his assistant, Wilson McCoy. When Moore returned, he worked sporadically on the strip until 1949, when McCoy succeeded him. During McCoy's tenure, The Phantom appeared in thousands of newspapers worldwide and was smuggled by boat into Nazi-occupied Norway during the war. Phantom was a password for the Norwegian resistance movement. McCoy died unexpectedly in 1961. Carmen Infantino and Bill Ligmant, who later drew several Phantom stories for comic books, filled in before a successor was found in Siberia. 21. During Barry's early years, he and Falk modernized the strip, laying the foundation for what is considered the Phantom's modern look. Under Barry, Bengal became a democracy and the character of President La Mandaluyga was introduced. Barry worked on the Phantom for over 30 years until his 1994 retirement, drawing a total of about 11,000 strips. His longtime assistant George Allison remained on the strip as penciler, with Keith Williams inking the daily strip. The Sunday strip was inked by Eric Dosher until Fred Fredericks succeeded him in 1995. Falk continued to script the Phantom and Mandrake until his death on March 13, 1999. His last daily and Sunday strip stories, Terror at the Opera and The Kidnappers, were finished by his wife Elizabeth after her husband pulled off his oxygen mask in the hospital to dictate the storyline. After Falk's death, King Features cooperated with European comic publisher Egmont, publisher of the Swedish Phantom and magazine, which changed from publishing Phantom stories in comic book format to providing the newspaper strip as well, by adapting their own Phantom comic book stories into the strip format. Phantom and writers Tony DePaul and Claes Reimurthy alternated as writers of the newspaper strip after Falk died, with DePaul handling the daily strips and Reimurthy the Sunday ones. DePaul would later become the strip's sole writer. Some stories were adapted from those originally published in Phantom N. In 2000, Allison and Fredericks retired from the Sunday strip. It was continued by comic book artist Graham Nolan, who had drawn 3 Phantom N covers. In early 2005, Allison and Williams left the daily strip after Allison retired, and artist Paul Ryan, who had worked on the Phantom and comic stories and had been a fan of the character since childhood, took over the daily strip. Ryan succeeded Nolan as artist on the Sunday strip in 2007. On July 31, 2011, Eduardo Barreto became the Sunday page artist. He died after only a few months, and Ryan temporarily took over the Sunday page again on January 15, 2012, which featured a memorial to Barreto. Ryan also did the following week's strip, before Terry Beatty became Barreto's replacement. Ryan died at his home unexpectedly on March 7, 2016. Mike Manley succeeded Ryan as artist on the Phantom, beginning with a strip dated May 30, 2016. Beatty stepped down as Sunday artist in 2017, and was replaced by Jeff Weigel. The Phantom is a 1943 Columbia Pictures 15-chapter black-and-white cliffhanger superhero serial, produced by Rudolph C. Flatow, directed by Reeves Eason, and starring Tom Tyler in the title role. It is based on Lee Falk's comic strip The Phantom, first syndicated to newspapers in 1936 by King Features Syndicate. The serial also features Jeanne Bates as the Phantom's girlfriend Diana Palmer, and Ace the Wonder Dog as the Phantom's trusty German Shepherd Devil, who is a wolf in the original comic strip. Professor Davidson plans an expedition to find the lost city of Zoloz. The location of the city is contained on 7 pieces of ivory, 3 of which Davidson already possesses. Dr. Bremmer, however, intends to find the lost city and use it as a secret airbase for his unnamed country. To remove him as an obstacle, He kills the Phantom, only for his recently returned son, Geoffrey Prescott, to inherit the family identity and take over the mantle of the Phantom. 3 of the remaining ivory pieces are owned by Singapore Smith, who initially steals Davidson's pieces. The 7th, and most important, piece is missing at first but turns up in the possession of Tartar, which the Phantom acquires by wrestling Tartar's pet gorilla. The Phantom starred Tom Tyler as both Geoffrey Prescott and the Phantom. Jeanne Bates would play Diana Palmer. Like most serials, the Phantom had a low budget. Most of the serial was filmed in the Hollywood Hills, which doubled as the African jungle. For the serial, the Phantom's real name is Geoffrey Prescott. In the comic strip, his real name had not yet been introduced. 1. The Phantom's real name was eventually introduced into the comic strip as Kit Walker. The Phantom tells Singapore Smith to call him Walker when he covers his costume with a hat, dark glasses, and an overcoat so he can enter civilization unobtrusively. And now, Dread Comics is proud to present The Phantom 1943 serial. Chapter 3. A Traitor's Code.
The Phantom discovers that a number of white outlaws plan to attack the Davidson expedition. He manages to rescue the safari and is pursuing the jungle desperados when suddenly...
How did you happen to come this way?
Moko out hunting. Why you come here, master?
I was chasing some renegades who had attacked Davidson's expedition.
Footprints lead to Mala village. We follow?
Later. First, I must make sure that the professor and his party are all right. Hasn't been a shot now for 5 minutes.
No. I better check and see how many men we have left.
You've been wounded. Let me look at your arm.
Oh, it's nothing.
I wonder why they stopped so suddenly. Another few minutes, they would have got all of us.
The Phantom saved us. I saw him fight with those men.
The Phantom? Why, that's absurd. He's only a legend the stupid natives believe in.
You're upset, my dear. And let your imagination get the best of you. I'm sorry, I must disagree with that. We meant no offense. We sincerely appreciate your help.
Thanks for rescuing us.
Master, Master, Moko find 3 white men lying in jungle. Shall Moko kill them?
No, take him to Tunga village so that I may judge him.
Yes, Master.
I suggest you camp here until I can send you new porters to take the place of those you lost. Wait, I want to ask you a few questions. Some other time. I'm certain we'll meet again before long.
Say, he works fast, doesn't he?
He reminds me of someone we all know. But I just can't place him.
Here you go! Here you go! Oh, hey, Chop!
Oh. Now listen, Chota.
Chota don't want to talk to you. Phantom find you here, he burned down Mala village. You go now.
We won't leave here till you find us a new hangout.
And if you get tough about it, you won't have to worry about the Phantom burning down this joint. We'll do it ourselves.
Ogamago! Taloko! Sidikato! Shikamo Latuba! Pinopasco! Oh, no. Chota say go.
But where else in this jungle can we hide out?
Chota no care. You go now.
Now listen to me, Chota. Give us a break, will you? We've got to find a place.
You go to Blackie's. Tell him Phantom sent you. Goes to walk, never look for you there.
Say, that might be smart play.
Okay, Chota. We'll go. But remember, if the Phantom shows up, you ain't seen us.
Chota no fool. Chota no want trouble.
Sure glad you fellas got here.
You no take him.
Shut up.
Who locked you up in there?
Chota, the Phantom made him promise not to let me go.
The Phantom?
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was...
Look at the trademark he slapped on him.
Well, here's your chance to make a getaway.
No. You no take him. Phantom say he stay here.
You said he should go with us, didn't you?
He go with you.
Well, what are you waiting for? You want to keep on living, Chota, you better not try to follow us.
No, wait. Me fix him other time.
80 cases of ammunition. Check. 20 cases of hand grenades. Check. 200 rifles. Check.
Oh, Miller, come in.
Yeah, hello, Doc.
Meet Count Salento.
Howdy do.
How do you do?
Miller's one of my best and most valuable aides. He's the manager of the Trade Winds Hotel.
An excellent spot to pick up information, I'd say.
Salento's bringing us the weapons to arm the natives with.
Well, that is good news.
Yes, in a few days there'll be so much fighting in the jungle, no white man will dare to enter it.
But I hear there's a Professor Davidson in there now. Aren't you afraid he might stumble onto your secret airbase?
I'm certain that he's already returning to Saipana.
Dead or alive?
Well, either way is all right with me.
I wonder how much longer we'll have to sit around this place.
Hello? What's this?
I bring new porters like Phantom promised.
Excellent. Assign them their packs, Larkin, and we'll get started again. Right. Tell your master we appreciate his help.
Phantom say Moko guide you on journey.
That's fine. But Mr. Larkin is guiding us to Longo Village, and
You'll be in good hands with this man, Professor. He knows the jungle better than I do. And with this arm of mine,
Yes, of course. You'd better go back to Saipana and have it attended to.
Mr. Smith ordered me to stay with you,
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm sure we can manage for a while without you. You'd better go.
Thanks. I'll try and rejoin you at the Longo Village.
Take one of the porters to carry your belongings.
All right, I will.
Can we reach the Longo Village by night?
No, too far. Tonight camp at Blackie's.
Who's Blackie?
He trap animals for Rusty. Good man, friend of Phantom.
Very well. Get your porters loaded and we'll be on our way.
You know, there's one thing that's got me worried.
Yeah, what?
Supposing the Phantom should make Chota tell him we took this trail and are heading for Blackie's.
Well, that'd be just too bad for us.
And I ain't anxious to meet him again.
Phantom! 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 Phantom, come! Phantom! Phantom, come! Phantom!
Welcome, who goes to walks. Man who never
I have
died.
no time for any palaver now. Where is that man I asked you to hold? Where is he?
He escaped. He found gun and...
Yeah, you lie.
No, master. May my staff become a serpent if Chota lies.
Where is he?
Other white men come back, find him, then take him away. They take trail to Blackie's. Chota tell truth now.
We shall see. Pick up your stick. Now I know you spoke the truth. But should you ever lie to me again, you shall all suffer for it. Why did you leave the professor's party? I told you to stay with them.
Professor and friends prisoners at Blackie's place.
At Blackie's?
Yes, master. Moko takes safari there. Blackie very glad. Start cook feast. Then bad men come. Kill Blackie. Kill Porters.
How far is it to Blackie's from here?
If hurry, can get there by sundown.
Then let's not waste time.
With an old Blackie out of the way, what do you say we take over his fur business, eh?
You can have it, Marson.
Yeah, I'll say.
Look, man on guard. Moko shoot.
No, don't kill him.
Moko used thunderhead arrow, see?
Look, Professor, he's been hit with an arrow.
Sandy!
Thank heaven you got here. Where's your niece?
In that last hut. But they have a native woman guarding her.
Where's the rest of his gang?
In Blackie's hut, the one on stilts.
Hurry up, Moku, and wait for me near that last hut.
Hearing things?
Master! Master!
Take him into the jungle.
You stay out here and keep your eyes peeled. To take care of the Phantom.
Will the saboteurs rule the jungle now? Will Professor Davidson learn of Larkin's treachery? What brings this man of mystery to Saipana? Don't miss the Seat of Judgment, the next breathtaking episode of The Phantom, at this theater next week.